Welcome back. So, it has come to my attention that sometimes spirits manifest physically and take on forms of basically other human or humanoid individuals. So, I wanted to discuss some of the phenomenon that I've observed happens during the course of practicing magic. I guess you could say as an aftermath or precursor to during certain magical operations, or even just coming into contact with a lot of spiritual energy. So I'm gonna post a picture that's gonna be the title picture of this video, which is why I'm making the video. So a couple weeks ago, I'd say about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I had not been out to my temple for at least 6 weeks. Okay. Now keep in mind, when I say my temple, I have videos showing my temple. It is a shed that is locked and would be very difficult to get into without using tools or dismantling the door or putting a great amount of effort into it. So basically what happened is I walk in the temple, nothing's awry, no vandalism, nothing you would raise an eyebrow about. But I look up, and where my statue of Hecate is, there is a paint stick that's been cut into 3 pieces in the form of a cross, nailed on the top shelf with 7 nails. I live with 2 other people, and these individuals I interrogated heavily and warned them that I'm going to curse whoever did this. This is a major, major violation of my privacy, my beliefs. If either of you did this as a joke, just let me know now, because I'm going to use this cross and do a reading to find out who it was, and I'm going to basically, teach a lesson to whoever did this. So they denied it. Now, there's a couple things that can happen, and this is something that you'll notice if you went as deep as I have into doing these rites. So, basically it's 2 things. 2 things could have happened. Either someone was under light possession and was directed by the spirits to play this joke on me, or I'm simply being lied to, or some third thing. Now, other magicians have spoke about the elementals materializing as human beings and doing physical things. I know that this is possible because there was a time when supposedly an individual was under possession, and they got into my yard and deliberately started a fire in a flower box. This flower box was drug onto concrete so it would be safe, but I could smell fire burning. So I went and kicked the box, and the box caught flame. So point is, someone deliberately does these things. Now, whether it's a physical spirit taking on a human form, or if it's a spirit possessing someone to do these pranks, to get your attention, kind of a prank. Like, the message I'm getting is like, we're here. Are you paying attention? Look what we can do. We can put a cross in your temple and you won't be able to explain it. I think that these phenomenon happen as an amusement with the spirits. I think the spirits have a sense of humor, and they just do things to get your attention, to let you know, yeah, you've made contact. yeah, we're here. Stop doubting us. You know what we're capable of. So those are two examples. Another example is I've seen an individual in an alleyway once that looked like the Muslim women who cover their face and body walking towards me from a great distance, I'd say about a half a block away. Upon seeing me, this individual makes a turn to their right and walks through or into or what looked to be behind a brick wall. So upon seeing this, I investigate, and sure enough, there's no one behind that brick wall. There's no way they could have went around it, not that quickly. I mean, I have a sports car. I excelled forward very fast. They had seconds to recover. They were gone. This was upon working with Paimon. And it's funny that it took on a kind of East Indian, Hindu-looking, Muslim-looking kind of individual. So I feel like it was a manifestation of working with him. Thing is, this is in broad daylight. So the other phenomenons both occurred in the same kind of area, which is interesting. An area that I drive through quite frequently. This other individual looked like a elderly individual on cerebral palsy looking type crutches, and they were about to cross my path, cross the road without a crosswalk. This individual sees me, looks directly at me, and lurches forward as if they were going to jump in front of my car. I change lanes. I look behind me. There's no one there. Okay. Now this is a serious, fair warning that I think you need to consider before embarking upon these operations. So what I'm getting at is the spirits are able to materialize here physically in broad daylight. And whether it's possessed people or they're physically becoming something that looks like a human being, I do not know. I've not had the opportunity to be close enough when these happen to reach out and touch to or talk to these individuals, but what it ends up doing is it makes you think, okay, so if I'm out in public and there's people around me, is it possible that one of these individuals is just a spirit manifestation and I'm looking at what I think is a human being and it's a spirit? So these are pretty intense things. They're hard to wrap your mind around. The other incident was an individual that looked like a streetwalker, I guess you could say someone that you would pick up to give a ride to, or possibly a prostitute, I don't know. This individual was a female wearing kind of a, I want to say do-rag or headdress, kind of like an African headdress, stuck their thumb out and looked directly at me in my vehicle and was waving me towards them like, come pick me up. The thing that was startling is whenever I got close enough to see this individual's face, it was a serpent, humanoid-looking face. It was like, take a normal woman's face, crossbreed it with the snake, Lord Voldemort in female form. That's as close as I could say as to what it looked like. So what does all this mean? That's the question. What does it mean? I feel that it is residue or side effect or phenomenon that takes place in your environment when you start doing these experiments. So it does not scare me. It intrigues me. it makes me want to know more. This is something that I knew I would have to accept, that you're going to basically be swan diving into what some people would call mild insanity. To see these things is very startling. It happens so fast. It's a lot like a spirit manifestation. If you've ever had a spirit manifest, the glimpses I catch of them are just seconds, 2, 3 seconds. A sound, an image perceived right in front of you, and then boom, just as quickly as you see them, they're gone. But it's clear as day. It feels real. You can hear them. You can see them. I don't know what else to say advice-wise for those of you who are using ritual to enhance your life. All I can say is, when these things do happen, don't freak out. Don't make a big deal out of it. Don't ignore it, but don't play too heavily into it either, because in my experience, if a spirit wants you to know something specifically, they'll use the people around you to get that message across. Unless you're psychically clairvoyant and you have that one-on-one conversation ability, which I don't think many of us have unless you're born with it, or you've tried to develop it, or you've used psychedelic drugs to somehow open up your mind and third eye, or you're just having these random occurrences happen like they've happened to me. I don't make it a point to openly meditate, to work on honing these skills. If I did, I think I would be a lot better at it. It's something that I need to work on. So I guess the message I'm trying to convey is this: when these things happen, take note of it. Take note of the description of what you're seeing, time of day, weather, what you did up to this event. Like, for example, who you were working with. Like I said, these occurrences happened. Two of the biggest manifestations, physical manifestations I've seen, where I saw humanoid spirits appear to me in bed, and then seeing these semi-human, I guess you could say human imposters. Now, for someone that's not into magic, this sounds like fucking insanity. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. It makes you question your reality. The fabric of reality is apparently a lot more pliable than we think. And perhaps these spirits keep secret their power and how much they can manifest. They don't exactly give us that privilege very often, but when they do, it's extreme and it's very hardcore. So I guess I'm just trying to relay this to you, so that if any of you have had similar experiences, please do share them. Put it in the comments box. Post your own video in relation to this video. I really want to hear more about people's interaction with physical manifestation, because I think all of us get an internal conversation during evocations and things of that nature, but it's a whole other story to have a full physical manifestation where, you're looking at what you think is a human being and it's actually a spirit. So, long-winded story, but for experience purposes, I thought this would be a great video to share these experiences. I will make the front page of this video a picture of that cross, so that anyone who can watch this video will know what I'm referencing whenever I talk about the picture I took of the violation in my temple. So that's it. I just wanted to share that, and I would love to hear your stories and what you get after evoking these spirits. So hit me up You can always email me. My email is Astaroth, Astoroth 848 at gmail.com. You can also email me at reikimagic1 at gmail.com. Sounds just how it's spelled. So that's it. I just wanted to share this experience. Thank you for listening, and dark blessings.